Alright guys, welcome back to Doozer Shop. I've kind of got an unboxing video for you guys. This is a box that has not been opened for about 13 years. I packed it up before I left Buffalo to move to Charlotte, and it contains a lot of the parts for the Hendey tool and gauge maker lathe. So I had it up in the house garage, stored just on the floor in the garage, and I've had the Hendey lathe, as you've seen in my other videos in the shop, and there's no carriage and there's no tailstock. Well, this is the carriage and the tailstock and all the bits and bobs that go with the lathe. So the drive on the Hendey actually runs. I just need to get it put back together. It's been 13 years since this box has been open. So I just hauled it up here using my New Holland with the bucket, and I moved some stuff out of the way at the forklift, sort of a ritual, moving things around to make room for other things. So let's take your handheld, let's open this box. It's been closed for 13 years, right? Time flies. Try not to let that happen to you folks, but let's get to it. All right. Here we are in the entrance to the high bay. I used the New Holland with the bucket loader to go up to the house, and in the house garage this box has been stored for 13 years, never opened at all. So I had to get the forklift moved out and whatever to get everything situated. So I got the light on in here, and let me kind of show you. All right, so there is the carriage and the apron for the Hendey. So that, I had that in like a plastic recycling bin or something, and that disintegrated. You know what plastic is over time. So that is for the Hendey, and that'll clean up. That thing, it was clean before, but I got it on a roller skate board, for whatever. So this is the box. Has not been open for 13 years. This box, made out of plywood, you can't see the name printed on the side hardly. It said Rouse Rigging, and I bought this box. Well, I didn't buy it for the box. I bought some I-beams. I bought a gantry, and it had legs and wheels, and it was like 2 beams and some stuff, and these are some 2 Columbus McKinnon chain hoists that came in here. I think I paid $350 for the whole deal and whatever. But anyhow, this box I used because it's wood and it keeps stuff from rusting during the uncontrolled climate, moving on the trailer, driving down from New York. And, it's got some holes in it for breathing, but it really, it helps moderate the condensation, the humidity. All right, open this up. Now, this is the first time. And the chain, okay. First time this has been opened. So this is how I packed it 13 years ago. I'm going to start unpacking this stuff, and I guess I'm going to take it in the air conditioned part of the shop and put it on the workbench and whatever. Let's just kind of do a quick. There's the tailstock. There's the cross feed screw. Man, this is the first time my hands have touched this. Ooh, this is a double lead screw. That is a double lead Acme screw. And this, I've looked at these before. I knew that this stuff was in fairly good condition. A little spider running on me. Alright, so let me put that there. Let me take this whole box out. Alright, let's see here. Cranks and bits and bobs. This looks kind of rusty. So that's the butt for the tailstock there. And that's the butt cap or whatever you want to call it. That looks like it needs a new thrust bearing. And here's your. That looks like a quick change gear or something. This, even though it has single dog threading, this Hendey does have a threading dial for whatever reason. But yeah, that's interesting. I don't know where that goes. I hope that's an idler gear for something. Oh, I know, it's for the compound slide, right? There's your dial graduations, and there's your, yeah, it's for the compound. So that's interesting. Sorry, there you go. That's interesting. Okay, well, let's just stick that dude back in there. All right, now the red, it's a little bit heavier. Ooh, that's in, oh wow. That's a 5C collet adapter. I wonder where that came from, because I do have a 5C collet adapter stuffed in that lathe. Oh, maybe I don't. Maybe I do, I don't know. All right, well, whatever. This is the lock handle, I can tell, cam lock for the tailstock. And this is the rest. I think that other, well, I don't know. That's for the cross slide. Oh, this is the dials. This is the cross feed dial. I remember I put some hours with a brass wire brush cleaning the graduations, and then looks like it survived pretty well, and I probably put some preservative in there in that plastic bag. This looks like a piece, hold on. Well, here, first of all, that's for the compound top slide. Looks like some needle bearings going there, or ball thrust bearings. So that's the T-nut for the taper attachment, and that looks like part of the taper attachment too. So, alright, so that's interesting. We have, I remember a belt broke, so that's nothing there. That's the tailstock base, right? Okay, so this is the tailstock base. And it does not look too rusty. This looks like felt, so that's the front. Now here, looks like the bottom part of the tailstock. And in here, that's the cam action leverage multiplier lever. Okay. And here, oh, looks like 5/8. That's not for the Hendey, but that's cool. I think that's for a drill press I probably have sold since. All right, this is that white Marcelium mold. Yeah, that's Marcelium mold. It's going back to Earth. All right, here we go. That's a bit heavy. There's the tailstocker. And you can see the scraping. All this survived pretty much minimal rustage. That is, I think, the carrier for the taper attachment. What's in here? Holy Christmas. Ooh, it's a plastic coffee container. Well, let's see. I bet you this is Gibbs and screws, and yes, Gibbs. That looks like a gib for the cross slide. And this is not a gib. Well, this could be a protector. What you call it? Chip guard or something. All right. Well, that's neat. Well, maybe I should have put a little bit more oil in there, kerosene or something. So that's neat. Ooh, there's the ram. Now I knew this ram was not super excellent. Oh, look at that. It says Wegmans. This is a bag of apricots. I remember. Funny how you remember stuff. All right. No, that's got some oil on it. I remember the bore was a little snarky. But this is in decent shape. I remember I acid dipped this. All right, so that's that. Now, that's part of the taper attachment. I'm gonna get this. So this is the cross slide. So this thing needs to be in good shape. Look at that. I wrapped it up in a very heavy plastic. Oh yeah. I remember I acid dipped this too in phosphoric acid. So that, let me set that there. This it's got some gibs on it. This is an extension off the back of the cross slide for the taper attachment. And it's got the black phosphoric iron phosphate on there. Let's set that just like there. Just a minute. So this got to be the compound, right? Right. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's the compound. So I wrapped this stuff up pretty well. This is double bagged. Anyhow, you don't want to see that because whatever it is, it's set there. Oh, I know this. What does it say? Electronics Express. I have no idea what that is. But this is part of the compound. I don't know, maybe this is silly. Maybe I'll get this all laid out on the workbench. So that's part of that is the taper attachment. This is a bracket for, I think, a lamp or something. This is the main carriage hand wheel. No. The carriage hand wheel is broken, right? Hold on, let me get my knee around here. The carriage hand wheel was broken and missing. And I remember, I think I found this. Oh no, this is for the tailstock. Yeah, this is for the tailstock. That's fine. Let's just set that there. But I got one upstairs for this. But yeah, that's for the tailstock. That's right. I'm getting all excited, right? That's broken. So that's fine. And here's a key. Or tool bit. That's a tool bit. So this is the coolant trough part for the bed, the chip pan. Yeah, so that goes on, and it's like a coolant well, and then there's the pipe plug out the side. Yeah, so this needs to be cleaned. All right, let's just throw it there for a second. All right, but darn, taper attachment. Maybe I'll forego lifting it out right at the second. But all right. So there you go. 13 years, haven't opened it. Let me get this stuff put in the shop on the workbench, and we'll show you more.